what I know now is men need to work on understanding that cheating is the coward way out.
Coward way
Yeah,
out.
it's the coward way out because let's be clear. See, bro, they done us a disservice because they think we cheat because all we want to do is fuck. But 9 times out of 10, a man is lacking something. And he really doesn't even know how to express what he's lacking because we're taught to think that men can't communicate. And when he does communicate, women just say, oh, whatever, right? So then once he doesn't get to speak, he's gonna go somewhere. Because here's what people don't realize, self-preservation is gonna kick in. And you cannot control it.
We had sex with women and cheated, not because there wasn't a safe place at home. It's only the simple fact that I believe we were newly programmed to believe that you could have more. And the disease of more will always have you having less in the end. So because I want more, it's not, I don't have a safe place. It's not my woman doesn't respect me, whatever the case may be. It's just that I want more. And more is greed. And greed leaves you with less.
Depending on the generation.
I was gonna say
9 times out of 10, she does not respect you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then she goes cheating on you because emotionally you're lacking.
Okay,
but men don't even know when we get cheated on.
Let's go.
We don't know, but we don't care.
Depending on your religion, let's go biblically. And I understand people don't respect that, but here we're gonna go.
We respect
I'm
everything.
born and raised in North Carolina, raised in church. So here's what we know. Ephesians 5 says, a man is supposed to love his wife as he loves himself. And from that love, a woman gives her man respect. See, here's where we don't realize is what love is to a woman, respect is to a man. That's why we're pushing for our woman to respect us, because we need it.
But we are also talking about wife. And I think that back, even in that time, I believe that men and women weren't dating just to date. They were dating with intentions on wife, husband,
You don't
marriage.
think they're still doing it now?
I feel like nowadays it's more so like, we'll see where this goes. And we're actually more so, we actually don't even care where it goes.
Sadly, because I'm in the middle of this generation, this generation and that generation, I feel like I'm in limbo. Because what you're saying is what I saw mom, dad, brothers do. Me as a single woman, I see this generation speaking what you're speaking, and it's so far lost for me. Because I want that. I'll respect the new generation, but are you going to give me the love I deserve for that respect? You just said basically no, and I'm aware that sadly that's today's truth, but that's not my perception of love and my reality that I want. I want something leaning this way because I'm going to respect you, and I'm going to honor you, and I'm going to love you, and you're going to feel, we're going to be like thriving.
See, everybody thinks that Russell is a simp. And bro, from what I'm about to say, I've been watching you. I respect your stuff. Hats
I appreciate
off.
it.
What I'm about to say is going to shake the table.
I'm about to throw the table.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
Shake it. It's gonna bother me.
I'm so sorry. Russell is the bag.
I think so.
Russell is the Maserati. Russell is the Lamborghini. Russell is what we need. We got it backwards, bro.
We need more of him.
No, let me explain from a man why Russell is dope. And what's happening. See, but no, you're looking at Russell, the man, but I'm looking at what Russell has. What Russell has found in Sierra is safety. I'm so sorry. There are so many men busting their ass.
He found safety in her.
In her. Okay. Russell he comes home and he gets to be his full self. His woman admires him and it respects him. And she makes it safe for him to be a man. It's so many women who I question, do you even like men? Because no, hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
Listening. I'm just moving.
All right, if you see what's going on with Russell, Russell he adores his mother. So, and Sierra, what a lot of people don't realize, has had her father in her life for so long. So what does that tell you? Russell respects womanhood and Sierra respects manhood. So what we're doing, bro, we're loving these women who don't have fathers. So when we come to talk to them, they're like, nigga, what are you talking about? I don't respect manhood. So we are fighting for basic respect. Sierra, she may have been with whoever she was with, but when a real man showed up, she knew she could recognize it.
Can I go now?
You can go anytime.
Can I tell you something? I agree with one thing that you said, right? When you said that men, not we, I don't want to say we because I feel like we might be different. Men are loving women without fathers that don't respect manhood. I agree 100% with that. But Now, what I will disagree with is that Russell didn't find a safe place in that relationship. Because at some point in time, you know, a man's respect and dignity matters more to him. And when the world is disrespecting you, at some point, we just watch, and I don't like saying names, we just watch Will Smith go out of character, not because of his wife, but because of the disrespect that has stemmed from what happened within his marriage. And when the world is disrespecting you, it's hard for you to be comfortable as a man. You will question your own manhood when the world is telling you you're not a man. So for me, I think that maybe he can tune out the noise, and that may be great, but I also think that he was never a man to begin with. So all of these things that typically would bother a man doesn't bother him. He doesn't care, which is cool and respectable, right? But at the same point in time, is he really the bag, or is he the one that's a fool? Because he's the only one that could realistically do whatever she is. She has, I mean, there's so many different things and multi-layers that I don't like diving into other people's relationship because I don't necessarily know their house. But I knew that she doesn't respect man fatherhood when she had her child calling another man dad that wasn't his dad.
That's not right, bro.
I could not be comfortable living in the world where the world feels as if they can disrespect me.
See, but that's the thing, bro. We are so worried about impressing other dudes. We forgetting our woman. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. What I'm saying is, we as men, I don't know your ethnicity, but we as black men, we have to feel safe, because when we step out the house, we have to code switch in front of the others all the time. Yes. And when we get home, we need our woman to be the woman is the rib. The woman is the rib, right? So do you know the rib protects all the major organs you need to survive? So first of all, it's not our fault that our black women do not respect us. The government has done things on purpose to disenfranchise our black women to not respect our men.
But
but here's the thing. So somewhere along the line, somebody understood if we could separate the rib from this man, we could kill him.
Or not even separate them, keep them there. Because I was a biology major, and if you push the rib a little bit too much, it can puncture your spleen and you can die.
Yeah,
so you don't even have to remove it. You can push it. And that's what is being done. See, I respect people and women and men all the same on the same accord. If you have and this is where I just find the ultimate disrespect. And I maybe overthink things. If you could do this to me, you could do this to somebody else. If you could do that to somebody else, you could do this to me. And the simple fact to me is, she does not respect fatherhood, because, and this is from a known source that has went viral. We're talking about Future now.
Dig it.
Future had seen, out of all the custodial parenting rights that he has, the whatever it is called, that he has to see his child, right? He managed to do 78% for a whole year, including tours and whatnot. And as an artist and a successful artist, I can imagine it's hard. But you're still there 78% of the time that you're supposed to be there, right? And then yet you still have somebody publicly calling your child. See, I have a daughter too. If my daughter was calling another man dad because the mother of my child influenced that or enabled that or allowed that, that shows all the respect that she has for me and all the respect that she has for any father. So that shows to me a lot more. So now I know that he's a fool, because going forward, if they go south, she's capable of doing the same such things that she did to him.
I don't know.
So that I was confused because I didn't know what Sierra did that would make him a simp. And I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying as a woman, though, right? Trying to raise, because she has a son. She wants him to be safe. At this moment, it has nothing to even do with you. It has to do with this child, because the father is disrespecting me publicly and disrespecting the man I married publicly. And I want my home to be safe, and I want my sanity. I don't know where, I'm not in that situation. I don't know what I would do as a woman who is trying to cultivate seeds in a young black man in the world that we live in.
But I was raised by another black man, a stepdad.
Okay.
And when I was raised by him, and he showed me, like, from I'd say, like, anywhere between 8 and 9 years old, he is more of a father figure to me than my father is.
So
right?
why couldn't that be for?
But here's the thing. There's still rules and regulations, right? So as that, he always said, listen, I will be your best friend. I could be your big homie. I could be your right-hand man. I will be and act as your dad, but let's always have that boundary of who your dad is. See, a lot of people, men and women, grow up without a father figure in today's world, right? And when you grow up without a father figure and you go calling somebody else your father, that is not your father. The only thing that it's going to do is mess everything up, especially when your father is present. You're causing conflict.
So Sierra learned her lesson. Russell was married and divorced. He learned his lesson, and now they were able to be blessings for each other. And that's what people don't realize. You are not learning your lesson. That's why you attract the toxicness, because you are toxic. And wait. And everybody is, here's the best thing we can hope for each other. Everybody has trauma. So what you have to hope for is you can find somebody where both your traumas can coexist while you guys are working on it together, because everybody got some shit with them.
Yeah.
Some people are blessed that have not dealt with trauma. Their trauma was like, oh, I didn't get the car I wanted. I wish I had that.
But that's still something.
That's something, no. As someone who survived bullying and domestic violence and was almost murdered, and we talked about this in a previous episode, I had to learn to love myself and put the work to stop attracting these lower vibrations because I felt unworthy and deserving of it. Sierra definitely for this.
Thunder.
Sierra, I'm happy that she's learned her lesson, because now it's, and again, I'm not a parent, but I see what my parents were like for me and my brothers.
God is striking down on
blasphemous.
I'm telling you right now, God is striking down on this.
Is this true?
No, it's not the truth.
Listen, no, is this true? Is this
Yes.
true? When you have a child, it's no longer about you, it's about them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. But but like you say, there is also a threshold and a balance, because you also got to make sure that it is about the child, but it's also about you enough for you to give that child what it requires.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, so if it takes, if it takes me to, I don't know, whatever, to go to the gym every day to relieve my stress so I could be a calm, kind parent, that's what it takes, even if I have to risk 2 or 3 hours a day.
My daughter, my daughter is turning 20 this year.
Wait, I think you said she was 1, no?
No, my daughter's one kid.
One kid, okay.
But my daughter's turning 20.
Gotcha, yeah.
And let me tell you something about, I raised her with her mother, we co-parented, and I was never on child support, ever.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
I do not know what it's like to go into a courtroom, but you know why? Is because I understood as a man, I set the tone for the co-parent, because the mom always has the kid.
Yes.
So it's up to me to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do and I communicate.
So let me ask you a question. Let's just say this. See, I like to put things into perspective for people. You have a daughter, right? That's 20 years old. I'm assuming the mother of your child has dated within that 20 years, right? And if she pushed that your daughter was calling the man that she's now dating and or married dad, what would be your take on that? And then also, how would you feel, or what would be your perspective on her and her parenting skills?
Well, one, I'm blessed to say that I did not procreate with someone who did not have common sense.
But that's all I'm saying, but go ahead.
So I skeeted in the right one. You did.
Yes, shout out to her.
But I showed up. I showed up and I did. Wait. But I also understood what was at stake here, because what a lot of men don't understand is, at the very least, you guys are business partners. And I don't mean no harm, but women can control the purse strings.
Yes, and that's what's happening.
So you have to humble yourself and really try to figure out how to work it out and communicate with her to the point where you are not continuing this toxic cycle or whatever you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying?
But we don't know the cycle. So, all right, granted on what we're talking about, right? And I feel like now we're diving in deeper, right?
Dig it.
Because at the same point in time, you said that you're grateful that you didn't have a baby with someone that didn't have common sense.
Right.
And in the same respect, I'm actually comparing your relationship to their relationship in a sense where what you could deem as common sense was being lacked.
Well,
right?
we got to understand everybody was doing things to each other in that, and you know, we saw publicly there was disrespect on both sides.
I've been in consecutive relationships over and over because I was programmed to be with one person and find my future and build a future.
Well put.
And no pun. But I saw that my mother and father still together. They just celebrated a 50th year anniversary, so I'm really happy about that. I know that this type of love exists and can be because, like you said, two people, it's a partnership. When there's no children involved, and especially when there is children involved. At 37, I don't want to settle for nice.
Yeah.
I don't want a bad guy. I want a good man. Because a nice guy is not a man to me. I'm not looking for a guy, I'm looking for a man.
Thank you.
Get it, right?
Can I get a high
I'm
five?
not looking for a boy. Because being nice is being polite.
Okay.
Being good is who you are in essence. You could be a bad person and be really good at bad. But you can be a good person and be great in your truth. Nice, now you're just like, look what happened to a nice guy. Will Smith is an amazing man who dropped so many gems and has helped so many people with sharing his stories and stuff like that. Being too nice led him to, on the biggest night of his life, the whole world saw what happened. And now, and it breaks my heart because Jada, you're a Virgo, and I always like, Team Virgo, Team Virgo. She said something that I was baffled. Well, I could handle my own. I'm really upset that he did that. And that to me shows zero respect to this nice guy.
You got it.
At some given point, he was a good man that somehow broke, that was not valued as the man, was not given the respect as a man, so he watered and diluted to the pressures of society and became nice and didn't have a backbone. Therefore, now in the situation he's in, not to say he was never good, he's as a nice woman, right? As a nice girl, when I was younger, I was not appreciated. I grew up to be where I'm at now because I always had this goodness in me. And now I'm like, fuck being nice. Fuck being nice. I'm tired of trying to be what everybody wants me to be. I'm going to be me. And I know I'm good. I'm a good woman. And I deserve a good man. I don't want nice. I want good.
Which is different.
And I'm going to break that karmic lesson, that cycle, because I learned and I paid my karmic debt. Now I'm going to break the generational curse that might have existed, because by healing, I'm not only healing my future daughter or son, but I'm healing especially the women before me. So for me, I refuse to settle for safe, because guess what? Financially, I've been able to be where I'm at. I'm safe. Health, I'm safe. Heart, everything. I'm in a safe place myself. I don't need a man to bring me safe. I need him to add to my peace, add to my joy, and build something with. So that's my take. Do women feel the pressures of society at 30? No, they're probably feeling the pressures of like, damn, I fucked up. I didn't take care of my shit. I don't got that. My finances are not in check. So I'm gonna be with someone that I could probably walk on in disrespect, but as long as they pay and take care of my stuff, that's why I don't feel bad for the Tinder swindler people.
If he does what?
I don't feel bad for
if he does what?
Oh, so like, no, so she could walk all over a man.
Yes.
And any woman that's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna settle for this nice guy because he's gonna pay for my car, he's gonna pay for the house, I'm gonna have all this shit.
He's gonna do
but
what
I'm not
I say.
attracted to him. And she's gonna go and therefore cheat. And it's sad because he doesn't deserve that, but he's not in his truth. Being polite is, you're doing it because you feel like you have to, but who are you? Who is she actually meeting? Who are you? You don't know who you are. You're lost because you're trying to be something that you're not.
I think we are so.
I want raw and truth.
We're so conditioned that if it's safe, it's boring, and that's not good. And we're so used to trauma because we are still carrying a lot of trauma from just if you're black, you just got trauma in your bones. It's your ancestors. So you have a lot of shit going on. And that's why, I don't mean no harm, Russell and Sierra do not look appeasing because they look too clean. And the Obamas don't look appeasing, they look too clean. But that's because people are addicted to bullshit. I do not want to be with a woman where I'm like, yeah, you know, I cheated on her like 6 times. We done been through it, but we gonna settle. I don't want that shit. I do not want that. I don't want to be with somebody where, yeah, she held me down during my bid. I do not want that. I'm sorry.
I like that.
I do not want that. And here's the thing. What women finally wake up.
What are you talking about?
Women finally wake up and choose a man that's safe because when you're with the bad boy, really, no offense, all a bad boy wants is a bad bitch on his arm and get dick sucked and get some pussy. And guess what? Women really, really don't want to do the work of emotional intimacy, emotional intelligence, emotional availability. So, but they want a relationship. So they'll deal with the bad boy because they still get to look good because they got a man, but they don't really have to do no real work because a man that wants a woman that makes me feel safe, you gonna work over here.
No, and that's
you're gonna communicate. You're gonna be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're gonna know how to talk to me when you're upset. You're gonna know how to tell me what you do. You will not withhold sex from me because you're upset. Yeah. You will get your shit together or you will get out.
It's a beautiful thing that
Do you see what you said?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. That's not a safe place.
That is a safe place, bro.
No, the fuck it's not.
That
you
is
know
safe.
Why? Let me tell you something. That's not safe. It's truth.
Yeah, that's.
God forbid I ever go to jail. Right? But I want somebody that's gonna hold me down if I'm ever doing the bid. And it's not from a trauma standpoint. It's from a dedicated standpoint. I want to be as dedicated to you as you are to me. And that's what I feel like people are not matching people's efforts. That's what I believe. So there's a lot of men who do get held down by that woman and then they do not treat that woman with such. I think a great idealistic situation and of this analogy would be like Gucci Man. And how his wife then took his money, tripled the money for them, and now you see them, and a lot of people praise them for being together. I don't know what she went through, but I do know that every single marriage, especially when you have a long history being together, is going to come with ups, downs, trials, and tribulations. There's nothing safe about it. The only safety that you got is that y'all both disciplined and dedicated to each other throughout all of it.
I was dating this girl, and we were talking, and she said something to me, and I said, hey, you know what? I understand what you're saying, but the way you said that to me, I gotta be honest, if you talk to me like that again, that's a deal breaker for me.
Yep.
I can't do that.
Open
and then she said, you know what? I have never had a man set boundaries with me before. I will set a boundary fucking quick, like the Mexican wall.
Exactly.
Because I know what I'm bringing. I have to protect me. Some women believe that just because they're a woman, they are entitled to romance. And no, you have to earn that.
Right.
You gotta earn that.
I ain't
you
like
don't
you
just
before,
get it because you are a woman. You have to earn romance. Because most women who want romance don't have a romantic bone in their body.
I named a bunch of romantic shit that costs
You
$0.
dig me? Now, if a woman calls you once, she feels like she's chasing you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, match my motherfucker.
Come on, man. Keep that same
it's very
energy.
interesting that you're saying these things because
Bro,
in
you're
the
dope,
previous,
bro.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
I was dope before I was on TV.
See, Russ wouldn't say that.
Right. He's held by the cojones by the NFL, but no, and what you just said makes you know your worth, you know you're deserving, you've done the work, and you're a phenomenal man.
And I got good dick.
You're a phenomenal
stuff.
So a woman, that's not settling for a nice guy. That's being blessed with a man that hopefully you attracted the same type of woman. Now, for example, there's things that you just mentioned. Women that have not faced their traumas will repeat the same things. They will not communicate. They'll play hard to get. They'll play mind games. They will use their thing thinking that this is the most powerful thing in the world. But honey, you could be replaced real easy. Do the work.
Easy.
$75.
So as a woman who's dealt with trauma, I could tell you, I could tell you how true and honest it is. It's very vulnerable to communicate your feelings without wanting to hurt their feelings, but being honest. Because without an open communication, so my whole thing with my thing was I stood shut because my feelings were never valid. You know, I stood shut because if you tell anybody, I'm gonna get in trouble. and then that makes you a bad person. So I was doing the nice things as a kid, you know. That created trauma about trauma about trauma. And then I, as a woman, I was like, no, it's about my feelings too, and setting boundaries and communicating. And if you cannot respect this vulnerability and this work that I'm doing internally, then you got to go out, because I don't I don't deserve that, and I know my worth.
What men don't realize is we're working. Work, to be with a woman is work, and what a lot of men do not realize is they are working in unsafe work environments. Constantly. Imagine you going to your job and there's all these electrical wires and they're saying, well, you got to do your job 100%. It's not safe. That's why it is important for us to be safe, because here's what we do. Here's what I truly believe. A man is supposed to give love first. And because he loves her, I am supposed to get your respect because of that love. Now, if she isn't doing it, that's when you say, you know what, this don't work for me. But I am, as a man, supposed to cover and love you first.
I think that sounds ideal, but I don't think that that's conducive to today's world. Because I think that most people give respect to people who already done the work so much that their aura demands the respect. So you walk in a room, a girl already knows that she's gonna sleep with you. She already knows that she's gonna respect you. Depending on what you do from that point on will dictate what she actually does. Right? So I think that my job, our job as a man is to do the necessary work that we build so much confidence within knowing ourselves and our abilities that we are comfortable to a point where wherever place that we walk in, we get respected for being us.
Okay. So I see what's happening here. Okay, so when we say respect from your woman, there's a difference between respect from everybody and respect from your woman. Okay. Like, for example, social media. What we're seeing is everybody wants to be together in a relationship but still be individual. Yep. And that is very confusing. Yes. But here's how respecting your woman, right? I didn't understand it, but I was in this relationship and I'm just double tapping. I don't think about it. But because I am in the industry, the girl I was dating, she said, hey, I don't appreciate you liking these Instagram pictures. Damn. And I said, what's the big deal about it? They're just liking. She said, well, because you have access. You could probably see them, XYZ.
You personally have access.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an actor. So, and sure enough, one day I'm bumping. I'm like, good gosh, I do have access. So, you know, and she said, I don't care if you like it, but why do I have to know you liked it? You know what I mean? So, it's a respect thing. Now, same goes to me. If I say, hey, babe, you know, if she's just a regular girl, which is what I prefer, I do not want somebody that wants to be in the limelight. I'm good with that. If she's just a regular girl,
I'm kind of with him on that.
Why are you in this bathing suit and showing all your business? You know, because it's gonna command a certain response.
Yep.
And I'm gonna think you're advertising.
And they will disrespect in a way.
And then next thing you know, something's happened. But because she respects me as her man, she said, you know what? Let me archive that, babe. Let me take that down. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. That's what I'm looking for.
That's a beautiful, harmonious, two people that are communicating. Don't know her history, don't know all your history, but I feel that you both created a safe environment where you can communicate without judgment.
Well, first of all, safe is like, hey, we're trying to. I know as a what I mean as a man, my efforts and my work, all I'm doing is trying to protect my investment.
Survive.
I ain't trying to survive. I'm thriving, baby. I'm healed. I'm healed. I am healed. I am not surviving. I am thriving. So if you with me, you better be thriving too, because I don't do survival love. Because guess what? Survival love is why you choose yourself when we start arguing.
Right.
Did you guys watch The Walking Dead?
Did you watch The Walking Dead? I did it many times.
All right, so if you know the premise of The Walking Dead, it was apocalyptic, boom, boom, boom. And every time they met someone, they would talk to them, and then somebody would do something because nobody trusted each other, because everybody was every man for themselves, right? So there's a lot of people who love each other like they're on The Walking Dead. They want to be with somebody, but as soon as trouble comes, as soon as an argument comes, they choose themselves. They get defensive, they gaslight, they get manipulative. You can't talk to them. They shut down because they do not want to take accountability for whatever. And no offense to what my opposite sex do, when you're having an argument, especially in a certain, our black community, they will bring out that trump card of a woman's pain. And that's the joker. You can't argue with that. You can't, and in therapy, we call it neutralizing the conversation.
You're a therapist?
I'm not a therapist, but I have been to therapy. I've been to therapy because I got tired of, I cheated and it destroyed my life.
I think, and and it's so crazy.
That was really good.
So when you cheated, it destroyed your life. Damn.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I cheated. Let me say. I'm gonna tell you. No, you gotta.
I just want to say this again. I want to make sure that you mean the words, because I'm very.
I mean the words. It destroyed.
Cheating destroyed your life.
I'm gonna tell you why it destroyed my life. It destroyed my life because what happened. All right. So my mom, I had a donda. My mother was a donda. Meaning my mother spoke life into me.
Yo, that's
she
so
loved
great.
me.
Yeah.
My mom passed away when I was 11.
Damn. Sorry.
So I had to, my mother was very affectionate. She was very emotionally available. She kissed and hugged me for no reason. My mom was there. And just like that, I went to sleep, woke up, she was gone. Now it took the therapist pretty much, later on I went to therapy.
Yeah.
So it took me a long time to realize that I had abandonment issues. You know what I mean? So what that abandonment did to me was I would get with a woman and she would not be good to me, but because I did not want to feel lost, I would let her stay because I did not want to grieve the loss. But what I did do was I went and supplemented. I went to go elsewhere to get it because I didn't want to leave her, but I'll just go here to get it.
Makes sense.
And I got good at it. In my car, I had a kit. I had Listerine, I had wipes,
T-shirts.
I had condoms, and then if I didn't have none of that, I would stop by the gas station, put a little gas on my hand so she couldn't smell. I was nice with this shit. But I did not realize how much work I was exerting, but it was a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I just could not get comfortable with one woman because my appetite was so big.
Yeah.
But I kept doing it,
Your
and
appetite was
sounds
big
about
because
reasonable.
You weren't fed.
No,
Nah.
my appetite was big because of something much heavier. But
Well, your appetite was not just big; it was also fed by ability.
Well, yeah, I
There's
had
a lot of
options.
people that have big appetites and can't.
I had
can't
options.
eat. They can't eat.
You know,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
they just
But so what happened was I got caught. I ran into that right one, and when I say right one, she was not stable.
Damn, and that's always the crazy ones.
And it destroyed my life. But also too, what destroyed my life was
But did it destroy because she ruined your relationship?
Yeah.
it destroyed my life because it caused so much disruption.
Pain.
I'm finally on one of the biggest TV shows in the world, and I am struggling. I'm going through it.
Wait,
I'm in my friend's basement. I'm sleeping in a basement, but I'm on TV right now. You know what I mean?
But how did she do this?
Who?
How did your actions of cheating do this? Is what I really mean.
My actions of cheating is because I wasn't being honest. I was unhappy.
Did she tell your girlfriend, and
Of
your girlfriend
course.
kicked you out?
My wife.
Oh, why? Okay, why?
My
Your
wife.
wife. Oh, so you were
Yeah.
married
I
and got
was married.
divorced because of this.
I got caught cheating,
So let me ask you a question.
and it destroyed everything.
I'm just being, and honestly, I'm just so
And
curious.
this is who you had a child with?
No.
Okay.
So
Y'all look asking.
Yeah.
Just let me give you what I'm giving you.
No,
It makes
because
sense if you let me talk.
we got
It'll
it.
make sense if you let me
So
talk.
wait. Okay, so
It'll make sense if you let me talk. I'm giving
So
you what
the-
I want to give you.
now we're gonna take a little bit more. We need a little bit more. All right,
It made me cry the last episode.
so wait, and so okay, you were married, you cheated, you guys got
Life
divorced.
upside down.
Life turned around instantly.
Right.
Cool.
Continue.
Now, before you continue, did you ever try to patch things back up with your wife?
Yeah, I did, but I also realized that we didn't really have the friendship to fix it. You know, we didn't have the friendship.
Friendship is key. We were talking about.
And
You know?
okay,
But that's the thing too. All my abandonment issues and everything made me ignore all the red flags that I saw because I did not want to lose. Because we had been together for total 12 years.
Yep.
So, we weren't married for 12 years, but we had been together, And I just ignored so many things because, again, I did not want to feel grief. I did not want to feel loss. So I just
But
figured,
you were lost though.
No, I wasn't. When I say lost, I mean that if you've ever lost a parent,
Nah, I didn't.
and I literally had to kind of, me and my sister, we had to just kind of do it on our own. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised by grandparents. They're old.
You had to figure it out.
So there is no like cuddling and rubbing your back. It was none of that. But they provided roof over our head, food in our stomach, and make sure we had what we needed. But like when it was time to, the emotional part just wasn't there. So I grew up like thinking, okay, I need to feel something, and sex is immediate gratification.
But it's not.
But it's so quick and instantaneous that dopamine will come and then go. You need it again. You know what I mean? And then I just got comfortable with just having meaningless sex.
So when you cheated, right, and you met the right one, you cheated. So before you were saying that you believe that men cheat because they're lacking something, so they seek something. So what were you lacking in your marriage that you want to go seek?
I lacked friendship, sexual compatibility. It was just a lot of things that I did not want to own.
Did you settle for something? Or
So why did this destroy you? See, what I'm here, I could be wrong. This is just my personal perspective. Cheating didn't destroy you. It helped you find you and actually potentially push you to a marriage, if you're not married now, in which you can have the things that you weren't having if.
Yeah, because I agree with Rico, because I'm thinking like right now, if when that happened and you went home to your wife and your wife was like, you know what, baby, let's have an open relationship. I want to help you feed that appetite. We'll work through this together.
Never, I would never do that.
Okay.
I would never want to do that.
I don't know why people want to.
I don't want to do that. I'm telling you, when I say it,
because I can't have my wife fucking.
You're polyamorous, so whatever.
No. I don't know what's the right definition.
No, but the point of what I'm trying to say is that do you have to curve that appetite in order to conform, or was that appetite destructive? There's a difference. See, is that appetite who you really are?
Or were you using that
I felt like how it just, let me say, it caused so much disruption.
I know. Let's say it didn't cause any disruption. Let's say it didn't cause any disruption, but you were being yourself.
Oh, well.
You were getting your Hugh Hefner on, even though it's a negative connotation right now.
I've done that, though. I did that, and I realized, too, I didn't enjoy that as well.
Okay, see, that's different. So you weren't enjoying it.
That's not being
Well,
filled.
also, too, when you lose a parent, they say it causes this big hole. And I chose to use sex to feel that. Okay. And as I got older, here's what we don't realize as men. If you know how to put it down, and that was my hobby. I didn't play sports. I did music, but that was my thing. Like, if you put it down on a woman real good, you will open up a portal in her. And that's the thing that you cannot control.
Yep.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It was causing too much stress because I'm not gonna do it and half-ass it. I'm a whole-ass it. We're gonna get it popping in here. And I'm gonna enjoy myself. I am opening up a portal in this woman. It is, if you've never made a woman squirt, and for the first time she squirts, she is like, what is going on here?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That is facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That is facts.
And guess what? She's gonna want it, and then if you take it away, people will get. I'm telling you,
they get crazy.
To learn. I gotta chill out because you're dealing with something that you cannot control. That's humanity.
But bro, I'll be honest with you. As a putting down their music artist, I've had a lot of practice in doing that, and I actually thrive with finding a way to control that portal. It's a bad thing.
You cannot control it.
No. There's a way to you can't control it. Control is the bad word, but you could
maneuver it.
You can maneuver and manipulate it.
Yeah.
You can guide it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To go where. So like just like if you were on a plane and they have to make an immediate landing, they're not gonna just land in the ocean. They're gonna find the next place. Okay, cool. We're gonna land here in Paris. I just wanted to put that ad lib in there.
You know how much work you're doing, though.
I know what you feel, but
no,
I
but
just
you
think that, yeah.
Can I, as a woman who, there's a lot that you just said that I could relate to as a woman, because when I was younger, trying to find this happiness, and all I found was these low vibration people. When I was single in the brief moments of time, I looked at sex as a way to fill me. And
Literally.
it didn't fulfill me. But it didn't.
I like that.
But it didn't fulfill me. Instead, it made me feel deeper, and emptier and lacking. And it was very conflicting, because you see in TV, you read in books, you're hearing conversations that sex is this it's supposed to be good and it's supposed to be amazing, this euphoric thing. But the reason why it wasn't happening was because I needed to fill that void myself. And it seems like you've done that. You've learned how to control. You learned how to be selective.
I got tired of lying. I got tired of lying.
But you don't have to, bro.
Well,
I got tired of lying, bro.
You know, I said this.
He wants peace in his life.
But I said this. But like, this is what I'm trying to say, and I think I might have said this before earlier, maybe a while back on the table. My mom put me on this game, right, when I was like 20 or 21 years old, because I was living at home. And I was arguing with my girl, and her room was right above mine. And she came down the next day and said, I'm tired of hearing you argue with your girl. Just be honest with her and you will be all right. And I said, you want me to tell her that I'm sleeping with other women? That doesn't make sense. Long story short, once that relationship ended, I made a vow. I'm telling women from the get-go what I want, how I'm gonna be, and honestly, I have had peace for 90%. There are a couple crazies that came along. It's just, like you said, it's uncontrollable, right? Yeah, but I've had peace, and I don't have to lie. When you ask me, yo, did you mess with her? Yes, I did. Did you like it? I loved it. Would you do it again? Shit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you also understood that you are
No. This is new. This is new for me. Okay, this is really new for me. All right, that's gonna be a whole different segment.
Okay, got it.
But what I'm trying to say is, because just like you, just like a lot of men that have an appetite that can fill that appetite, right, and find a way to fill it, you do get tired of lying.
Right.
It's draining as fuck, right? But at some point in time, you gonna draw the line. Depending on who you are and why you're doing it, right? I was doing it because I just love women that much. Like, it's impossible for me to believe that I can only appreciate one woman. It doesn't make sense. I want to be able to appreciate multiple, whatever my capacity is.
Let me know.
Can I curse? Yeah. This is where I gotta speak for women right here.
Okay, my bad.
So you feel like you can never love just one woman and only one woman?
I feel like love and appreciate are two different things, but love takes time to know you.
Okay, you can't love, appreciate, honor, and respect one woman?
I can, but I can love one woman, but I also can love more than one woman if I get enough time to know her.
But you just said it's draining and consuming and time.
When you're lying about it, yeah.
But why?
But he's honest about it.
But why are you not being honest? Why are you running away from something that could potentially be your truth? And you're why haven't you?
Well, because as a kid, right? So now we're talking about 21. Let's just say 21 to 28, right? As a kid, you grow up thinking that you can't have more than one woman. It's not normal to have more. Well, now I would like to say that it's probably more normal now. But if we go back 10 years ago, which is what, 2012? How many people had two wives? It was very rare. I don't know anybody that had two wives. I don't know anybody that had more than two.
I know people because it was religion.
Well, outside of religion, because I'm not in any of religion that would, do that. So I was under the social norms that monogamy is it. But I was like, yo, it's impossible because I love my side John and I love my main one. So this doesn't make sense to me. Like, so now as I got older, I realized that, yo, listen, I know people everybody's different, but
Polyamorous.
people have the ability to love more than one person. And they can get that stress-free pass as long as they're honest from the get-go.
Well, that's a polyamorous relationship when you're both honest. Now, can I ask you a question?
Not necessarily poly, because some girls would be like, all right, cool, I know that that's what you like doing on the side, but as long as you're not emotionally available for them and you're emotionally dedicated to me.
You just said you've loved your side piece and your main.
Yeah, but that was a whole different me.
Okay, so now
that was a whole that was a young me that was lying. I was still lying at that point, you know.
So you didn't love either, you loved one.
No, I loved them both, but I was lying to my main about my side. Like I said, you know.
So when it comes to polyamorous in the world that we live in now, I know couples that have tried it or are it, but they're never with the same person. Like
that's not what I'm trying to do.
2 years later, like they're like happy, like polyamorous is amazing. 2 years later, they're not, but they're polyamorous with another person, and maybe there's 3 years later.
That's a lot of work.
And to me, it's like, my God, you're putting all this energy into these 2 people, 3 relationships. What about the one you have at home?
Yeah.
Which is home? Do you have a home?
And that's the thing.
Stress.
It sounds stressful to me.
And it could very much be.
You gotta be, I guess, financially well off to be able to do that, and mentally not present.
I'm not gonna say that. Shout out to the Porter family who came to aid at the table, right? And we had a great conversation with them, and they let us on, you know, some pretty personal, in-depth insight in their relationship. And
did they have I didn't watch the episode.
So basically, there was a man and 2 women, and they all lived together, and they all worked together.
But they're in it because they all want to be there.
That's not how it started at all. Yeah, like going back to the episode. It started off because the man and one of his wives were conflicting with each other in some type of way, shape, or form. Where he then stepped out, and stepping out, he fell in love with another woman, but at the same time still loved his first woman. They found a way to come together, and they're still together 7-8 years later.
They're all living in the same house.
Yes, and they and that's the thing. And one of his wives, I don't remember which one, said that her mom and her grandma. This is the thing that struck me. Her mom and her grandma were married and divorced numerous times, right? And she had the opportunity to break the cycle.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
With somebody that she loved. Yeah, he did step out. Yeah, this might be another person that he loves, but as people, you can love more than one person. I mean, we have children. If you have 5 children, I'm pretty much sure that you love all 5 children pretty equal, right? But it doesn't.
You're not sleeping with all 5 children.
But what I'm saying is that you had the capacity to do so.
Dog too.
Yeah, I definitely respect the honesty, but also too, another thing that made me say, you know what, let me just chill out, is because social media has made the world so small.
Yeah, facts.
I'm sorry.
Who you telling?
I'm sorry. No, back in the day when you was doing your business, the woman knew, the side girl understood to be quiet.
Oh yeah, everybody.
They still do.
Nobody knows. They don't want to be quiet. So now that social media's here, I mean, I have watched women look at a picture and you got shades on, and she expands the picture to see who's in the shades, taking the picture. I'm done.
Yeah, wait, time out. This just happened to me in Aruba.
Like, this is what they do. I'm saying you can't hide, bro.
So are you a changed man, or are you a reformed man?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
No, are you living in your essence? Because right now it feels like bro, like.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Let her go. Let's hear. Ask that question.
Wait, answer it again.
So are you a changed man? Are you reformed? Are you because you sometimes can teach a dog new tricks. You can, So did you walk away from your truth, or did you heal trauma and are living in your truth?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I also realized that my homeboy said something to me, and I'll never forget it. Like, when I first started to pursue acting, and I went to school for theater, so I would do plays and everything like that. And first of all, I started doing theater because my professor said, hey, you would be good at this. You should go check out the theater classes. And really, I got into theater because I saw all the beautiful black women, and I said, oh, I'm here. Let's go. So I literally was trying to. It was sex, right? Yep. So then through the sex, I learned my craft and I fell in love.
Did you also?
Wait, oh, of course. So, but then what happened though was one of my homeboys said, dude, bro, you dope. You could probably go so far if you would just stop chasing pussy.
You know, one of those ones.
Yeah, and
So
Now I get it.
Now you're one of
Now
those.
it's almost like a weed smoker. It's a you can smoke weed, it's chill, it's nothing. And then there's that one person.
but no, but
like
here's
you
the thing.
can't stop smoking.
So, I mean, all right, so,
Once a day, like-
but here's the thing too. Once I did my first real red carpet and I manifested and I worked hard and I got rid of my dreams, I realized I was worth more. So every woman don't get to hear how I moan. Every woman don't get to know how I feel. So I started to be more selective.
of your energy.
Because you felt your value went up.
Yes.
Well, you valued yourself
I value
more.
myself more,
And
but I
you-
also know when I did not value myself more, I lost. Because let's be clear, my wife that I was with is a New York City doctor, bro.
You did not want to say ex-wife?
I like to say how I say it. You did. You did.
I'm just
You
saying.
know what I'm saying? I like to say how I say it. You know,
My wife.
You know, and
was,
most men will be like, yo, nigga, you dropped the bag. But yeah, my woman, bro, I knew what it was like to have money. I knew what it was like to be
Yeah.
super comfortable.
Okay.
I knew what it was like.
So you were safe and you settled for a nice woman?
What this word nice?
The topic is this. I'm trying
This word
I'm
nice.
trying to stay
Who gives a, hey,
inclusive
I'm
of the
sorry,
word.
y'all keep. I would rather have a nice woman over. Nice does not bother me.
You did, but it did.
I like nice.
It did, but you cheated on her.
No,
that's
no,
what he
no,
was
no, no,
telling you.
no. Listen,
No.
I don't want to tell her business. I'm
And
telling
for the
you.
record,
I'm
that's
just
the topic
talking.
of the
No, I'm not
conversation.
telling.
Nice-
Listen,
nice
I'm
guy.
just.
Yeah, we'll keep
No,
that.
it's not that. I'm just telling you. I'm taking accountability
For
my
himself.
bad,
Yes.
for my bad behavior.
Yes, for
I'm
his-
calling it what it was.
You lost a doctor.
I'm taking
you lost you
I am taking accountability
Yeah.
for my bad behavior, and I'm saying what I did.
Yes.
You know, and because guess what? If she was treating me poorly, it still did not give me the right to cheat on her. I
Absolutely.
should have left.
Derek, question for you.
Yeah.
There's a better way you could have handled it. 100%.
Better way.
Got you.
Better way.
I agree
And
with
that's
that.
the maturity
So
part.
when you went to
Yeah.
therapy, when did you choose to go to therapy to address what you believed was the issue?
I went to therapy because I realized that I had never grieved my mother. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I was allowed to. And
Yeah,
I came to New York, I moved to New York, and I said, look, I'm gonna pursue acting, and I'm waiting tables, and I'm taking care of my kid at the same time, and I just needed my mom, you know what I mean? And I could not get her.
So
And-
was sex your coping?
Of course.
So would you say that you were you a sex addict?
No, because that's what another
Okay.
thing. So in college, I started to go to therapy because I thought I might have a problem. Because it was 1 week where I had sex with a different girl every week. You know what I mean?
every day?
Every day. I'm sorry, every
did
day.
that, yeah.
That's how good it was. It had me scrambled. You know what I'm saying?
I did it.
And I said, yo, I walked across campus one day
And just smile.
and I had saw at least 10 girls that if we did not have sex, we had sexual contact.
Yo.
And I'm like, yo, this is a lot.
Really?
So let me figure out, is there an issue here? You know what I mean? And
I commend
you know what? Let me just be honest, and this is me because it's my truth. On top of losing my mother, I was sexually molested by a woman from when I was 6 to 9.
Damn.
So I used to joke with my boys and say, yo, I've been eating pussy since I was 6. And they would look at me like I'm crazy. You say the craziest stuff, but no, that was true.
Facts. Got you.
So I was already sped up at 6.
Yep.
I was already a liar at 6.
A liar. Why a liar?
Because I'm living a double life.
Living,
I guess.
conforming, and
So that's why another thing why I hold women accountable for their fucking bad behavior, because women do fucked up shit too.
Facts.
I felt there was something
dig
when
me?
he said
Yeah,
that.
I
called
felt
it.
I
that.
felt that.
You know, I call them out. I do not let
too,
people protect. No, call them on their behavior and stop using women's hurt and pain to not have to take accountability for your bad
Bad behavior.
behavior.
So now as a father to a
I like
daughter,
that title. Bad behavior.
now as a father to a daughter,
Which is a beautiful thing, by the way.
beautiful.
Right.
What like the moment that you were blessed with the daughter, did that give
That
you
changed
purpose
me
to
too.
change? Yeah.
That changed me too in a lot of ways that are kind of funny. But like, you know, but back to that, I've just always, I don't smoke and I don't drink. I never have.
Word.
So, but I have sex. That was my vice.
That was an addiction.
That was I was not an addiction.
Vice,
I was
sorry.
not
Vice,
an
a
I
addiction.
just don't like the
You
word
gotta
vice.
I'm very careful about words that are put on me.
Got
Yeah.
you.
Because words have power.
Power.
I'm
That's
never
why.
mad.
Yep.
So I was not an
that.
addict. I was a connoisseur.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
I enjoyed sex. It was my reliever. You know how people come home and want to drink? I want to
Yeah.
have some sex.
That's like my gym.
You dig me,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I was very good at it. However, I was opening up portals and I'm expecting this woman to not get attached to me, but I am making her body contort and doing all this shit like The Exorcist, and I'm getting mad at her because she's getting attached to me.
Right.
I'm the crazy one.
I'm the one.
I'm crazy
I'm
for that
taking
shit.
accountability. See, men,
I'm
men,
crazy.
I like this guy.
men take
He's
accountability.
I'm crazy.
Take notes.
I'm looking at her like she's crazy, but I'm the
You
crazy
making her
one.
crazy. You making her
Exactly.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
what do and bro?
But at the same time, we gotta let them be accountable for their
but we
bad
have to
behavior.
do.
But
But we,
falling in love with a
but
person that
no.
they think it's the
Yo, listen.
person?
And this is the thing. This is my thing, and I don't want to stem away from what you're saying.
Yeah.
But to go slightly left, I don't care who dicks you down as a woman. Nobody. Sex game is the reason for you to start doing bad things to anybody. I don't care if they made you squirt 1,000 times in 60 minutes. You know, once you start doing something on your own accord, you are held accountable for it.
Well,
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
talking about doing bad to you and harm. I mean, was she crazy for crying?
I
in
know
your
the
arms?
portal he's talking about.
Okay.
All right, I've
that
done.
portal is
I've never been in
emotional,
that
though,
portal. Emotional.
Yes.
The pain that you caused her inflicted these emotions.
There's no pain that I caused, or he caused, or we caused.
So when a woman falls in love with a man,
That's the
and
pain
falls
she
further in love-
caused. She controlled who she
bro.
decided
Because
to
here's the
love
thing.
like this.
No. Here's the thing I said. I had told my homeboy, when you are giving it to her, you got to be careful what you are saying to her. You got to be careful what you're whispering in her
Wait, so
ear.
what were you telling her?
That's
Because listen,
that's one thing.
that's-
That's
you
the
are inside
danger.
her,
Because the
and you talking
dude,
that
he's
shit.
in her
And you
ears saying a
saying all this
lot
stuff.
of things.
I love you, baby. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So a woman,
we'll believe you.
well, yes.
Of course.
Let's hear it from a woman.
Whose body is her temple. You're here like talking about I gotta be selective with who I give my dick to. A woman is also very selective of who she lets in. Because now
Should
you're
be.
going in-
Should be.
Should be.
There you go.
And-
Not all of
and
them.
this woman has.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been cheated on
That you know of.
That I know of.
Facts.
But the thing is, I've been in relationships that were monogamous, right? So if I were to
Agreed
have
to
been,
be
if I
monogamous.
were to have gotten cheated and I found out and I got crazy, is that wrong of me? Because I'm believing in the years and the time that we're both mutually.
Not at all.
No,
Yes,
I'm
we
not.
got- listen,
I'm not. I'm
just
not.
listen,
I'm
just
not. But
you're
I'm
not
not.
crazy.
But I'm not gonna take my craziness and hurt you. Because
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it
Okay, well
and
that's
I'm gonna
cool.
walk away, and
That's
you're gonna
not-
try to come back.
But that's not
And
crazy.
I don't. And no. Crazy.
No, bro.
Crazy is going off the wall. Let me see your phone. I
Crazy
don't
is-
believe you, or I'm gonna show up at the club. Like that's crazy, right? But she's not putting her hands on you. She may not even be cursing at you.
Crazy
She's
is when
hurt and
people
she's
do
running wild.
destructive things. That's
No,
what crazy
The
is.
thing is wrong. No,
Emotional.
what's crazy is when you do something to someone and we try to control how they react. That is some crazy shit. You do not.
you
And I
gonna
tell
hurt
Why are you?
Somebody-
Wait, listen. Stop it.
How
No,
you-
bro.
Rico, how you
We're
gonna
not
hurt a
going to do.
I'm
is this,
telling
Yo,
you.
listen. I'm with you on 79% of the things that you're saying today.
you're not taking
And you're my guy.
accountability.
You're my guy.
But
But listen. What I'm not gonna do, and I don't care. Here's my thing.
So if a
'Cause
woman did
there's-
that to you, I'd be like,
There's
well,
no
it's your
woman
fault,
that
you
could
believe
do.
the shit I
Yo,
told you.
listen. There's nobody that can do anything to you, and that's what you need to understand. Is what
I
you
hear what he's saying.
Is what
I'm
you
getting that part.
allow.
I'm getting that part.
Was
Okay.
what you allow someone to bring out of you, and what you allow, or when you allow to lose control over yourself. So at some point in time, listen, there are some women that put that shit on me, and when she did, I was double, triple texting. Hey, bro, you sure you don't want to call back? Like, listen, I get it, but me, I can't be like, yo, she's a bad person because she did this. She gave me the top of my life, and I don't know how to react to it.
I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking emotional love
But I'm
and
talking,
connection.
but but emotions come with,
pleasure.
but that's the thing.
If he's never really,
He's not
exactly. Emotions are feelings. Sex is also feeling.
it sparks. It's also another.
It's also physical feeling because if I touch you and it
I don't
feels
like
good.
that. Don't touch me.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Girls, don't believe the hype. It ain't real.
It ain't real. So look, if I touch you and it feels good to you, if I talk to you and it feels good to you, if I caress you, if I stroke you or kiss you a certain way and it feels good to you, these feelings then trigger emotions.
Okay.
Right?
And if you know this, then why?
But what I'm saying is, because not everybody is different. If I have sex with you, and I'm not, we're not, right?
Oh,
Clear.
God, never.
If I'm having sex, whoa, relax.
Don't do my man like that.
Never.
Don't do my man like that.
Just to back up, Rico, emotion is energy in motion.
Yes.
Energy, emotion.
Energy in motion.
Can I-
E is for
can I also
energy,
say
motion.
this?
Energy
Can
and
I
motion.
say
Emotions.
this? Can I say
Okay.
this?
Okay.
So,
You can have no
Once you
sex
finish-
and have emotional connection. Right?
Emotional
I
interest.
fell
Yes.
in love with someone emotionally and got intimate emotionally before we got physical.
and I agree.
Which is why it's bad when women
And I'm not. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying that doesn't exist, right? And I agree. But what I'm saying is, when somebody gives you a reason to a reason to enable certain emotions from your own self to now come into play. Don't justify bad actions because of it.
No. I'm not
I see
saying,
what you're
I
saying.
would never justify hurting someone on purpose.
Not hurting. I'm saying bad. But bad could be bad. You don't have to hurt
Well,
me
bad
physically.
is bad. Bad would be this.
What?
Because I'm going to be real with you. So I was in my mid-20s.
Okay.
I was single. I was vibing with some dude. We were chilling, courting.
Vibing. Okay.
We ended up having sex after God knows how many dates. It took a while, and it was dope.
She's a hard one to get.
His wife.
I think so.
I didn't know he was married.
What?
His wife.
Wait, take it from the top. I need to.
I was in my mid-20s.
Uh-huh.
I was single at the time, and I was talking to some dude, and we were vibing. I'm more about vibes.
Yes.
Before you could.
Yeah.
And we had finally had sex, and it was dope. I felt even strongly connected. And on the set of it was a Black Man magazine, because I did glamour modeling.
Okay.
And also an LPN nurse at the time. At the time, I was juggling both. So his wife, who I did not know he was married, emails me. Long story short, she's exposing. No, I'm not his wife. His side piece. I'm sorry. His side piece.
Okay.
His side piece messages me, exposes him that's the girlfriend and that he has a wife. So I'm like,
Him and a popcorn
what?
player.
I'm like, wait, what? I was like, so he was doing that on purpose so that I could remove myself from this man. And I had a choice.
And you didn't.
I had a choice. No, I did remove myself. I had a choice of, my friends were like, bitch, I would fucking call it, because she gave me the wife's phone number. She's like, bitch, I would call his wife right now and tell her. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I got the information.
Yup.
And it hurts, but I don't want to cause that. I believe in karma.
Facts.
So what did I do? He calls me. Hey, baby, I'm coming by with lunch. I was like, okay. We had lunch, and I was like, your girlfriend emailed me and told me about your wife. And I said, this is going to be the last time you see me. This is the last time you're going to reach
So the
out
sex
to
was
me.
that bad?
No, the sex was actually really amazing. That was when I first squirt in the first time. Apparently, cheaters are just, I guess.
It wasn't good enough?
I guess all the practicing.
Did you guys?
He was a
if you don't mind me
connoisseur.
asking, did you guys end up doing anything?
After that, no.
No, not after that last day.
No, absolutely not.
You know what the funny thing is, and what I want also people to take away from this. That girl emailed you with the number, but she didn't call herself. And if she did call herself, it didn't matter. And the crazy thing is, even when he lost you, he still had them too.
So why are you gonna have me? You don't get to have me again.
But what I'm saying is moral of the story is sometimes no matter what you do, it's going to be what it is.
Here's the reason, but bro, here's the thing that I learned and I said I'm done with that, is because let's say I'm in a relationship and we're monogamous and I step out and I do something, I have now given this woman the power. I have to hope and pray you keep my secret. You can't, that's too much control over me.
NDA, bro.
I'm not
is it out of
doing that.
fear?
NDAs, bro.
So you're fearful.
No, what I'm trying to
That's
get.
what I'm trying to get from this whole thing.
Fear?
No, it's not about fear. It's about it does not
Consequence.
pay.
Derek.
Crime does not
No,
pay.
that's not what I get.
No.
This is what I get.
Explain it to me.
I'm gonna give you,
I feel like you wanna
but
fuck
it ain't
around.
worth the risk no more.
Right. You're like, I'm
So
tired of
this is what I get from this whole conversation. You came up, you're on a hit TV show.
Right.
You're doing really well for yourself.
Right.
And if you have half a smarts, because you seem like a very
You're
smart
very
dude.
intelligent.
Yes.
If you have half a smarts, you're not gonna let nobody
one.
fuck that up.
Yep.
Right.
Ain't no pussy in the world worth fucking up a bag.
But what I know is,
So that I respect.
but what I'm telling you is, I do not care. You can be as honest as you want, because I do believe men are honest.
No, I don't.
Then you can't control. No.
don't.
When I say honest, I do believe men do say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not looking for anything serious."
No, they don't.
Wait.
No, they don't.
I do,
They
but
don't?
no, but
No,
see,
they
the
don't.
thing
I
is,
argue with my own friends about this
So
shit.
when women say I'm not looking for anything
Wait.
serious, you think
They
that
always are.
So when a man
If you
says I'm
can't
not
get
looking for anything serious, they want.
They never are.
listen, you can't control. Once y'all start doing what y'all doing, you cannot control what comes about it. That's why every
comes
guy,
about
every guy, no, what comes about that?
Yeah.
What every guy has got that. Oh, I just got that. Dig it. I just caught it. Yo. But no, what happens is every guy's had that thing where.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? You might get hit it 3 or 4 times for free. But for that 5th time, it's gonna cost you now. So what is this? What are we doing? You know, and now you got to do the ducking and
But
dodging.
bro, you know what I realized too about you?
After the 5th time.
But
You don't
you
know
gotta
what
Oh, you
realize.
about to do that too?
No, I'm asking you. 'Cause
No, we know what we.
I'm trying to speak for
Listen,
women that are curious
listen.
about this, because I get what you're saying. I grew up with brothers. I have a lot of guy friends. So there's a lot of stuff that
Right.
you're saying that I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, damn, I think, oh God, I'm learning more now too. But out of curiosity for women that are tuning in, I want to understand.
Well, here's the thing.
So.
I applaud him because he's also young, so he's he's intuitive with
He's in
himself.
tune.
Oh,
He
thank you.
communicates.
He's in tune.
appreciate
He's
you
into
guys.
himself. Good looking dude doing his thing. But I also realize I am older. I do not have the energy because I want to focus
So you
on the
would.
bag.
And so the answer.
No, that's not what I'm
No,
saying.
the answer,
to be
the
honest
answer,
with
the
you,
answer is you
we
would
look the
want
same
to, but
age.
you right.
No, I do not.
you
No,
don't.
All due
no.
respect.
When I say energy, I don't. I told my daughter this. You have to be careful who you love and who lets love you. Who you let love you, because they have access to your mind.
Okay, now I see what. Now
So
I'm
if you got all these
it's a
people
spiritual
around
thing.
you,
It's energetic.
He doesn't.
That's
He
what-
doesn't want. What he's saying is, when it comes to
Emotional
karma and
connections,
energy,
emotional
he
connections.
may connect to the wrong portal,
Right.
or the wrong thing, and then it could cause toxic.
it can affect your
and,
mind.
And realistically, I get
And
it.
you're
That
trying to-
energy could have
But no.
everything to
No, because they say sex, you get soul ties. Have you
Soul
like
ties is what I'm thinking
I was having sex with this one woman one time, and she was very pessimistic. I'm not
like
a pessimist.
that.
Wait, what?
Ugh.
But I'm not a
How heavy?
pessimistic
Did you feel
person.
heavy?
Right? As an actor, I cannot be pessimistic.
Right.
She asked
But
you a
after
question.
Did you feel heavy?
not heavy.
Dirty.
After a while, I
Filth.
started to get pessimistic.
Oh, but did you feel heavy? Did
No,
it
I
lead
started.
you-
Her pessimistic energy was now onto me because I was connected
And this
to
is
her.
why, ladies. This is why, ladies. It's also
Wow.
important to who you let into your actual portal.
Of course.
So last question.
I understand him so much.
That's why I do not want to negotiate a
Yeah.
bunch of people.
I want to have. This is my last
Negotiate
question.
a bunch of people.
If in a perfect world,
Right.
if you had 4 baddies, I'm talking about baddies, Miami, LA, Chicago, and New York, 4. All great energy, positive people, and they want to sleep with you, they want to have fun, but they're really earthy, positive. Would you be like, all right, I'll knock all 4 of you guys down because I'm single?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Keep
I
it
would
100.
still just want one I have been a whore before. I know what that shit is about.
I thought I figured you out.
I don't know. You're not, because you're not.
You guys don't understand it.
I'm kidding. He's an artist.
He's an artist.
No, listen.
No.
Let me tell you, you're not getting it.
Because I get. Before I'm gonna let you
Rico,
go.
you
I'm
explain
gonna
it to
throw
us.
this.
I'm gonna explain
I'm gonna
it
throw
to
this
you.
right back. I'm gonna throw this right back at him. I'm gonna throw this. No. It's not that. Y'all misconstruing who he is. You understand? See, me when I was a whore because I wanted to be a whore. You understand? He was a whore because not only did he desire it, but it was also a vice. So when you're taking somebody who was feeling something versus somebody who is something, he can live without it.
Well put.
Okay.
Oh, but no, let me put it.
But go ahead. But from him.
That was well put.
Yeah, Greg said, but it's like, I have done everything a heterosexual man could ever want to do. There's nothing else I have not done. I'm the fucking Michael Jordan. My shit is in the rafters.
LeBron, I'm Michael.
I've done it. I still know guys that are chasing threesomes, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I've done that. But the one thing I have not experienced is just pure monogamy. I want to understand it.
Oof. Okay.
I want to understand it.
Too. It's more than okay.
I've done that.
I love that.
Wait, time out. Pure monogamy on
desiring-
your end or both ends?
On me.
He
Well,
doesn't
one,
want to cheat.
because here's the thing.
want
Here's the thing.
doesn't
I
want
do not think
decision.
Well, I did that.
if
It
you've
was
never
trash.
had a woman,
It was trash.
I want what I love about
wants that,
yeah,
though.
what I love about I like duality. I'm about to say something that's blasphemous,
just
but it
bothering
is
you.
what it is.
Dualities to women.
When I say duality,
This is
I
Oliver.
like
Yeah, I want to hear this. We sizzling.
what I like is, all right, so I'm around a major celebrity quite a bit, right? And he is the executive producer of shows and my shows. And when these girls came walking in, to me, they just looked like walking vaginas. And I was like, ooh, I wouldn't want that. I like when my lady is like a Michelle Obama, but when we behind closed doors, she's something else. And it's only just for me, and it's private, it's for me. We do not need to know what's going on. Privacy is so sexy. That shit turns me on. I would like for people to look at us and be like, oh, I know they fucking. But I don't need them to know we're doing it. I don't think they need to know what we're doing. I got off in college. I love getting a girl, twisting her out, turning her out, letting her go be my mouthpiece. Because I know she's gonna tell somebody.
Fact.
I enjoyed that. That filled my ego. But my ego has been bruised time and time again. So now I want to understand what is it like for a woman that purely, solely adores me. And not just because of how I made her feel, it's because of how I love her.
Right.
You know what I mean? You make more money
crazy.
when you got a dope woman behind you.
Yo, but you know what the worst part of that is? And I am with you, but the only thing that, to me, it's like, I listen, I think that is very poetic, right? In the sense of it's ideal for every hardworking, triumphing man.
Right.
I also do believe that it's very conditional. And the key word is, or the key phrase that you use is, who loves me because of how I love her, which means it's a reciprocated thing.
Everything's transactional, bro.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, the energy to love somebody on the same frequency for a long period of time is unrealistic. So if
Why? Wait, whoa. Why? Why do you believe that?
I'm glad he's asking this
because I feel like at some point in time, like, you know, when we think about it, I mean, you've been I'm gonna assume in a marriage relationship longer than both of us, right? 13 years.
Yeah, 'cause
I've been with
my
somebody
mom's
for
7.
13
Okay,
years.
so
Yeah,
13 years.
I know what it's like to be
In that relationship.
yeah.
But in that relationship, in your 13 years, although there's different variables, right, that do come into play. But in that 13 years, can you sit here and really say that you guys loved each other at the highest frequency since that you guys peaked and kept it consistent?
Okay,
there?
so all right, let me get to it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, and please do not interrupt what
I
I'm
will
about to say.
not, 'cause I don't know. I don't know.
Not you.
Yeah.
But what we need to understand is we are all trying to mirror something that we've never seen.
Exactly.
A man does not know what it look. Most black men do not know what it looks like for a man to come home to a woman on a daily basis and love her. Women don't know what that looks like. So when you don't know what it looks like, you have no other choice but to romanticize it. And when you romanticize it, you have created something that's not real. So when you create this fictional thing, because you don't have it, you are locked into your mind. So that's why you think I could not do it, because when it shows up, it doesn't even look like what you've idolized and romanticized. That's why women, when you hear a woman say, oh, I want a king, the criteria is so fucking long. He gotta be this, he gotta be this, he gotta be this, because she's romanticized it because her father wasn't there, so she don't even know what a king looks like. But she had to make it up in her mind. That's why it's so hard to be a king to a woman, because I can never meet your perfection, because it does not exist. Same thing for a man. We do not want to be monogamous because we do not know what it looks like for a man to come home to one woman. So we had to fucking just think like all this thing, and we're already visual creatures. And they do not put governance on boys, because boys can rock out with our cocks out. They do not talk to us about respecting our penis. So we are allowed to fuck and suck and do whatever we want to do. They're so focused on girls.
I love that though.
You dig me? So we literally just get to be out here.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Savages from young.
But you know what the funny thing is like, I mean, to be honest, and I think that I agree with you 100%, right? I agree with you and 100% what you're trying to say. But what I also do say is, on the flip side, playing devil's advocate, how many of relationships are really true? If I had to take, and I don't know, right? I believe that 1% to 5% or maybe 10% in America, in America, I can't talk about the world, black, white, Spanish, Indian, Chinese relationships probably experience some type of infidelity. Or not, well, didn't, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10% didn't experience some type of infidelity, whether it be emotional or physical. And that's the part that, like, I'm a realist person.
Right.
And I believe that I don't know you, but I know for a fact, if I said, yo, he had a girlfriend, he saw another girl, and for a quick second, he thought about fucking her at some point in time, right? I don't know how women think, so I don't speak for them. But what I'm trying to say is, the ability, when you are somebody who possesses the power to feed that appetite, I believe that more likely than not, it gets exercised, even if nobody knows about it.
Okay.
Even
It comes to you naturally.
Even if nobody knows about it.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying now. I guess what I am explaining is, I have understood that I have the foresight to see what I'm losing over this temporary feeling and act. Because trust and believe, the friendship, when you have a dope friendship with your woman, I don't care what she looked like, it ain't her. I'm telling you, when you hear that and you've bumped your head enough, you have not bumped your head enough.
Nah, I don't really bump my head.
But either way, I understand you bother
I'm messing with you, but yeah,
you know, I'm telling you, what is it saying? You will never lose money
chasing a woman, but you will lose.
No, you will never lose a woman chasing money,
but
you will lose money chasing women, right?
Yeah. So
I had to.
I believe you learned that.
Understood that.
So to close it out, because we'll close out, and I want to say, what qualifies for the men and the women that are watching this episode? What qualifies a woman to get that? Because you said something that you know how to set boundaries.
Right.
Because the reason why a lot of dudes end up being simp, because they have that energy and they give it to the wrong woman.
Right.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying? They have that energy, they have that respect,
woman.
they have all of that,
Okay.
and then they give it to what I call a skillful woman.
Okay, so here's what's happening with that.
And then we're gonna close that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta close out.
What women don't. Here's what women should
Smart.
understand.
She just picked the right dummy.
Okay, so
Because we started the conversation
I get
about
you.
Russell,
Dig it.
about
We
Russell,
are,
right?
why.
So what if Russell has that type of energy, and maybe he
Your
just gave it
energy.
to a woman that could control
okay,
him?
so here's what women.
That's what happens.
Here's what
He
women
also needs a
right.
Rico.
Here's what women watching this should know.
No, what the fellas should do, because you said something that.
Okay, great. Okay,
You were
so
like,
all right,
boundaries,
oh, you
yeah.
know what? Good. What fellas should know, right? We are definitely afraid of getting our heart broken. We are definitely afraid of getting our heart broken because here's why. When we get our heart broken, we have no one. There's no one to come to take care of us, to make sure we're okay. When girls get their heart broken, they be like, oh, girl, we going to Tulum, fuck them, whatever. They rally together. But when a man gets his heart broken, he'll talk to his boy. He's like, yo, I told you that bitch won't shit. Let's go to the strip club. That's what we get. But emotionally, we are broken. So what we do is we will always have a contingency plan. So we never get our heart broken again. And what we're seeing with Russell is brave, and he is saying to the world, I want to love this one woman no matter, I'm telling you, you're stronger. The vulnerable person is the strongest person in the room. The person who is vulnerable is actually the strongest person in the room. So you to be closed off and whatever, because why men idolize Future is because he gets the bad chicks, he got the money, he got the jewels, but he also doesn't look like you could break his heart.
No, because he's vulnerable.
No, Future. You think Future is vulnerable?
Listen, I listen to all his music. That nigga's vulnerable. Listen, because here's the thing. Like, me and him are different, right? Because he really loves his women. That's why this is a situation. But I do agree, right? Being vulnerable gives you power. I don't know if he's still. I don't know. I just know that he's the type of person that when he loves you, he loves you, and he just loves multiple. That's just who he is, and this is an assumption based off music. I don't know him personally, and I do agree. Being vulnerable is the key to life. That's what we preach here at 8 at the Table, is being vulnerable. But being vulnerable doesn't protect you.
Not hood vulnerable.
No.
Not hood vulnerable.
Well, more like this is what I look at vulnerability as, right? Vulnerability is like giving somebody the passcode to your safe.
Yeah,
Right.
They could use it against you, or they could protect it. It's a very
Well, also too, no, the vulnerability is the building, right?
How do we
And
know that
in
Russ was being vulnerable?
But
I don't hear him speak. I feel like Russ is being controlled.
listen,
No, he is being controlled.
He is being controlled.
There's no man in the world. There's no man that's gonna be like.
League.
All right, Rico. We're gonna close out.
All right.
We'll just close out real quick, but we gotta come back and do an intro.
I was about to say, we never did the intro.
I don't even. All right.
So
ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Nasha, what was the new things that you said was on the closeout?
The merch. We're selling the merch now. So
Okay.
we'll talk about the merch. Just say thank you. Make sure they
All right.
subscribe.
And we're almost at 100,000 subscribers.
Whoop whoop.
So
Dope.
sorry. All right.
Yeah. So
Very
Bro,
nice.
tell
what was your name?
Derek.
Darick. Okay, got it.
Derek Bernard.
Darick
So
Bernard.
tell
Yeah.
them we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Thank
Take
you.
us to 2.
Let's
They
yeah.
have the merch. They could get this poster. You know.
I got you.
You got this. You know what to do.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Yo, let me tell you, this was a great episode. Darick and Jessenia came. Darick Bernard, my bad.
No, that's right.
Okay, and Jessenia, y'all dropped gems from male and female perspectives, and I love it and I appreciate it. I'm pretty sure that everybody at the 8 at the Table fan base and supporters are going to love it and appreciate it. Listen, if y'all haven't, we have merch out. You already know that's poetic. You can get that on a shirt or something. I'm pretty sure you click that, buy that. You want the poster? No Judgment Zone. It's up there. Everybody that's supporting 8 at the Table, keep on supporting. We are almost at 100,000 subscribers. Almost there. So go ahead and share that button. And if you know somebody, tell them to subscribe too. We'll see you next time at 8 at the Table.
That was a good job.